2, 3.
Oscar Wieners. Oscar Wieners. Oscar Wieners. These boys are the Oscar Wieners.
Yum, yum.
Oscar Wieners.
Welcome to Oscar Wieners,
Bingo, baby.
the only show on the internet where Hollywood's biggest night kind of smells like an old little radish.
It's so insulting. If you called me an old little radish or it said that I smelled as such, I would reach through the screen and throttle you. I really would.
I'm sewer water.
It's disgusting. And I'm Bong Joon-ho, as in I'm not him.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I'm Michael. He's Ander.
Hi.
And this is a podcast where every week we pick a best picture wiener at random and try to figure out what's best picture wiener thee. And this week we are talking about the 2020 best picture winner. Was it February 2020, just before the world decided to be even more normal than it already had been.
Wild. How many times have we talked about a Best Picture winner also in reference to COVID? Got to be like
Just
3.
Twice, I think. I think
Okay.
Nomadland and now this.
I feel like Coda.
Oh yeah, Coda. Yeah, Coda too. I guess
also
a little bit.
Coda got a little residual fucked up.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, but today we're talking about Parasite, Bong Joon-ho's Parasite,
Yeah.
not Coda or Nomadland.
No.
Um,
Forget everything you ever heard about those movies.
and Parasite is the simple tale of the Kim family. You have. I'm gonna butcher these.
Go ahead. Go off.
It is Kim Ki-taek, who's the father, played by Song Kang-ho. Then we have Choi Woo-shik playing Kim Ki-woo, who is also slash Kevin. He is the Kim's son. We have Park So-dam as Kim Ki-jung slash Jessica.
Yeah.
She's the daughter. And then we have Jang Hae-jin
Yeah.
as Chung Suk, who is the matriarch of the Kim family. Again, I probably butchered those, and I'm sorry. I am a stupid American, as the French would
As
say.
the French say. Yeah.
Naturally. This isn't a French movie, though. So the Kim family are a poor family in South Korea. They live in a fucking basement.
They're the epitome of, damn, you live like this.
Yeah. Yeah, and they do like odd jobs. Like at one point they're folding pizza boxes for like truly, I can't imagine it's that much money, but they fold like 500 pizza boxes for a little bit of cash.
Hilarious bit. And also, I love in that scene how the woman that they're selling the pizza boxes to, she's like, yeah, a quarter of these were not folded properly. We can't give you the full amount. So then they're all looking around at each other like, all right, who's the fucking weak link? Because there's 4 of them.
The son, his friend who's in college comes to him and is like, "Hey, I've been tutoring this this wealthy family's daughter. You should, and I'm going abroad for a semester or whatever. Like, you should take over for me."
Yeah.
Because he's like trying to help him out. He's like, "I know you guys obviously need the money." Without like,
Kevin has
directly
had-
saying that.
Yeah. And Kevin has had his own dreams of going to university, hasn't really been able to. I assume they weren't able to afford it, or perhaps he just had to constantly find jobs in order to bring in some income.
Right.
So his buddy's doing him a solid.
Yeah.
And it's like, hey, and also I trust you to babysit this high school kid because like I have a crush on her, which is, I mean,
I don't know how old they are.
she's so
She's
young,
supposed to be
dude.
like 15, I guess.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, not
16?
good, but like,
Yeah.
and when you see her for the first time, you're like, oh Jesus, she's
She's
very young.
Yeah, she's a kid.
But regardless, Kevin's friend is like, hey, go tutor this girl, you know, It's easy money. Family's rich. Mom is kind of stupid. If you want, you could scam her. Like that's what he seems to suggest, at least. And I just trust you to do this job because all my stupid frat boy idiot friends would try to hit on her.
He tutors Da Hai, played by Young Ji So. Um, and once Kevin is in there, he's like, I have an idea. Like, so Da Hai has a little brother, Da Song.
Yes. Who the parents think is a savant of some kind because he paints weird pictures and shoots people with bows and arrows.
To me, he just seems like an annoying kid.
Yeah, he's pretty annoying.
Um, Kevin has the idea when he's talking to Da Hai and Da Song's mom, what's her name? Young Jo, played by Chio Yeo Zhang. I'm butchering. This is embarrassing, but what can I do? I can only do so much.
We're gonna get through it. Hey, this is just a sign that more Korean films should win Best Picture, so we can be more well versed.
True. The Park family is who Kevin becomes. He starts tutoring Da Hai. She's part of the Park family. So the Park matriarch is like, hey, my son, my little boy, who's a freakazoid, he needs. I would love if we can get like an art teacher and to like assess him or whatever.
Yeah.
And he's like, and then Kevin gets an idea. He's like, what if I get my sister,
who does graphic design,
to fucking come in here and we could start scamming this family double time.
Yeah.
Um,
It's funny because yes, it's presented as a scam, but also like everybody in the family has their own talent. Like you can tell they're just such
They're all
victims of
qualified.
circumstance. They're all qualified. Like Kevin was genuinely, studying to be in university, took all these exams. Like he can teach English pretty well. That's what he's doing. That's what he's tutoring for. So it's ironic because like they're scamming this family, but also like they're being brought in to do things that they're qualified to do. Like the sister, somehow, some way has art experience. Like she photoshops Kevin's fake diploma and all this stuff, and like all these fake qualifications. So she gets put to work as Da Song, the young boy's art teacher. And then she pulls an even further grift on the mom, who is clearly kind of just not with it. And says like, yeah, you got to come see this. Kevin made this picture today. And she shows him like this pretty garbage scribble that doesn't mean anything. She was like, yeah, see this little spot here? Your son needs psychiatric help. And the mom was like, what? She's like, yeah, you're going to need art therapy at least twice a week. So I'll be in here, giving him art therapy and what have you. And then throughout the course of the movie, they gradually get the mom and dad involved. There's a driver, and the sister plants her underwear in the driver's car so that the Park family can find it and then think he's sleazy, fire him. They bring the dad in, who also used to be a driver. Like he's qualified to do this.
Yeah.
Perhaps most importantly, they get the mom involved by getting the Parks family's longtime housekeeper / assistant fired.
She was the housekeeper even before the Parks moved into this house. Like she's been here for a million years.
Crucial detail. She's been there for a million years. She's there. She worked for the family before the Parks, and that family recommended her.
Her name is Moon Guang.
Yes.
Again, I'm probably butchering that. Played by Lee Jung-un.
And I will say, I mean, maybe this is just, I assume this was intentional, but maybe this is just me being a dumbass or biased. But I like how the movie kind of treats her as sort of like this background, unimportant character. And then the way that they reintroduce her is so full force. And it's almost reflecting the audience, or at least in my own case, where it's like, she doesn't seem that important, whatever. She's kind of like this background person. I assume that's how society and the Park family saw her. Like, she doesn't really matter. Like, she's just kind of an assistant, whatever. And then she comes back and it turns out she's crucial to the story.
Right. The first hour of this movie is really just getting the Kims getting themselves in the Park house and like, getting employed by the Parks. And it's like funny and fun.
Yeah.
Um,
And you're really rooting for them. You're like, because
yeah,
like this family who is poor and but also like deserving of a better life. Like they seem like good people who like have a good connection to each other. Like despite their terrible conditions that they live in, they're still good natured towards each other and they
yeah,
seem like they have a close bond. So you're rooting for them and you're like, as they sort of take over these lives and pull this grift on this rich family, you're like, hell yeah, this is awesome.
yeah. And then, like you said, once the former housekeeper who was fired for they convince the
This
Park
is
family
crazy.
they convince the Park family matriarch because the housekeeper is Moon Guang. She is allergic to peaches. She so Jessica like takes like some peach fuzz off like the top layer of the peach and like flicks it to make her like have a coughing fit and like get like her face like blows up and whatever. And Kim, who's the driver who takes over, he convinces the Park family matriarch that the housekeeper has tuberculosis,
Which works.
which works. And she's like, "Oh
Yeah.
my God, get her out of this fucking house." And it's
Which
really,
it's a great detail for there are so many great details like about her character specifically like the park matriarch.
yeah,
um the Kevin's friend initially says like she's a little bit simple, like there needs to be this they need to lay out this course for like her being really gullible and off.
yeah,
Like as soon as we like the first time we're introduced to her character, she's like passed out asleep in the backyard.
yeah.
And you're like, what? And then the housekeeper has to like wake her up. There's people here. And you're like, okay, that seems weird.
You also
Um,
get the sense maybe because there's this really weird sex scene between her and Park where like
yes.
you think like she's like buy me drugs. It's like a thing she says. You're like, oh, is she just like fucking spacey because she's like just like huffing whatever
100%.
drug she's
Yeah.
doing?
Yeah. Like
Yeah,
I think that was, this movie is filled with so many small and impactful reveals that
yeah,
change the way you see characters. That scene is, I mean, now we're getting, now we're jumping around a bit, but
yeah.
that scene is incredible. And I don't want to spoil this movie.
We got to though. We got to get into it.
All right. So spoilers for Parasite, but I think ultimately, if you're not watching this right now, what are you doing? Go watch Parasite
Parasite
because
is a
it's
perfect,
sick.
absolute masterpiece that you should see right away.
Yeah, I second that. That's awesome. Um, there's so many brilliant little details. Obviously, the Kim family gets a little too big for their britches, and the Park family goes away on a camping trip for this kid. For
This is
because
like
it's
this. This kind of starts the second half of the movie.
yes, this is kind of what kicks off the second half. Da Song it's his birthday, so they take him camping because he wants to go camping. Um, sure enough, it rains and they come home early. Um, I'm missing. See,
And the Kims have been living in the house as if it's theirs, and they're like, when eventually we get rich enough that we can live in this house, like, what bedroom are you gonna take? They're fucking drinking all the park's liquor. They're like have like all this food fucking laid out.
yeah,
And then the Parks come home and they're like, it's so funny. They push just like all this like food and like glass and shit underneath the
yeah.
couch. And I'm like, oh my God, that's probably gonna stink. Uh,
But one of my favorite things about that moment is you see the Park family, and you kind of start to feel sympathy for them because they come home to their house. There are, I guess they're not total strangers, but like people that work for them who are not supposed to be there are now in this house, just like pretending they live there. And they're trying to have a peaceful night at home. And it's raining, and they send Da Song into the backyard with his tent. Um, and then the mom and dad are just kind of like quietly on the couch, watching him, just sort of reflecting. And it's a nice moment. And
yeah.
then they start to have sex, and you're like, okay, these are real people doing whatever. And then like it's just the juxtaposition between having a nice moment, seeing their son, just go camping in this tent, and then just like devolving into the most like depraved fucking. He she's like begging him to buy her drugs and like all this shit. And
He's like, do you still have those underwear that like Jessica had used to frame the previous driver? And he's like, what if
yeah,
you put those on? And it's
and
like, what?
and you're like, oh no, these people are so, they seem like they have it together and they're just warped beneath the surface.
Right.
And that was such a great little, a great, just a great vignette, I suppose.
Absolutely.
And while the Kim family is hiding underneath the table the entire time, it's such
Yeah.
a great stressful watch.
So before the Parks come home, the second hour kicks off with, again, the Kims are hanging out at the Parks. And then, so I even when I first saw this movie, I don't remember knowing much about it. I don't even know if I've seen a Bong Joon-ho movie. I think I'd actually seen Snowpiercer. So I kind of had like sort of an idea of his vibe a little bit.
Snowpiercer came first.
Yeah, I think that was 2013 or
Okay.
2014. Um, and so, but I knew that he was, he kind of made like thrillers that were like a little bit twisty or whatever, kind of like surprising.
Mm-hmm.
So when I'm sitting in the theater, even the second time when I was watching, because I don't exactly remember what happened when I watched it the first time, the former housekeeper, Moon Guang, comes back. She
Yeah.
she rings the doorbell that as the Kims are sitting around the park living room and just like chilling out, having a great time. Moon Guang rings the doorbell. They have like a view screen so like you could see who's ringing the doorbell and like talking into like the intercom. Chung Suk answers, the Kim matriarch, and
Because she's supposed to be there.
right,
She's the only one of the family
she's
who's like allowed
yeah,
to be there.
right. Um, and she's like, who are you? What do you want? And Moon Guang like looks like she got beat up.
Yeah. She's standing in the pouring rain.
And she's kind of acting crazy. Like she's kind of like giggling and seems really like tense. And you're like, I don't like the vibe of her at all.
No, you just know, immediately, like, and it's funny, even before this moment when she is let go by the Park family, there's kind of like a lingering shot on her, almost as if to humanize her in that moment. And you're kind of like, that was odd. Like she seemed like kind of a tertiary character. And it's like,
Right.
I wonder why she got like a lasting moment there. But she returns.
So she's acting really scary. So she comes in and she's like, I just forgot something. And she's like, it's down in the basement. And then and uh Chug Suk is like, what's down in the basement? She like looks at her and Moon Guang looks at her and is like kind of like she's like, do you want to come? And I'm like, oh my God, call the police.
Yeah.
Whatever she's got down there is
You don't
scary,
want to
no
know what
good.
she's got. And sure enough, like she's kind of like, oh gosh. Chung Suk is like quietly conversing with her family who's hiding in various places in the
Yeah,
house. And she's just like, this is so weird. Like, what should we do? And they're like, just like go along with her, like
yeah,
until she leaves, because otherwise it'll be suspicious.
yeah.
Um, so she goes back down the basement to see what the former housekeeper is up to, and she is like
She's
fully prone, pushing this fucking, I guess it's a wine case or some
yeah.
sort of large object, and she's just like feet pressed against the opposite wall, hands against this piece of furniture, and she's trying to move it.
Which is even scarier. Like you're just like, oh, this like I didn't expect this woman to ever be in this position. Like horizontal,
Yeah,
pushing a whole fucking wine shelf.
her desperation is jarring to see, because
Yeah.
you're like, what is going on here? Why are you so crazed? So like this giant piece of furniture was stuck on some object. They
Yeah.
finally unlodge it, get it open, and yeah, they go down into this
And it's
second
normal and
basement.
chill.
It's totally normal and chill. The housekeeper is explaining when the previous family built this house, they designed it with this like extra bunker. Like some rich families have it, just in case, shit goes bad, which is also ironic because the rich are building basements to keep them safe. Meanwhile, the Kim family lives in a basement and they are as unsafe as they could possibly be. Um, but sure enough, they go down there and it is the former housekeeper's current husband who is just like
chilling on a cot.
chilling on a cot, but he hasn't eaten in 2 days.
Yeah.
So you're just like, she's like crying, hugging him, screaming. And the audience, like my reaction is perfectly mimicked in Chung Suk's reaction, where she's just staring like, what is this? What is any of this? They're literally just in a concrete hole. The former housekeeper's husband is chilling on the cot with like, I think he was like eating away at the cot, like he was like eating bits of it to stay.
Oh, was he? I didn't even catch that.
Yeah, because he hadn't eaten in 48 whole ass hours.
It might have been longer than that. Was it just 2 days? Did they say that?
I think they said it was 2 days.
Okay.
But apparently, this other family is wrapped up in this whole thing, and they are also so poor that the husband, who has so much debt and is being chased by so many debt collectors, is hiding away in this second deep tier basement.
Which is why Moon Guang was like beat up as the loan sharks came after her and were like, "Where the fuck's your husband?"
Yes.
And it is such a good. You're like,
because you're like, what the fuck?
You're like, what is going on?
Yeah. Hilariously, the rest of the family is like cartoonishly eavesdropping on what's happening. They're all like in the stairwell, like, ooh. And fucking Kevin trips and falls into the basement. So like this other family sees them now, and they're like, oh, now we have you because your family is here and they're not supposed to be here. You're doing the same shit as us, basically.
And she's like, you're all related. You all like manipulated the situation. And
yes.
Moon Guang immediately starts filming them and is like, I'm going to send this to the parks.
Yes. Goes absolutely ape shit, like filming them, like, because obviously, because the Kim family is like, ow, dad, that hurt, or like whatever. It's like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, he's like, don't call me dad, you fucking idiot.
So now she has all this information and she is using it against them immediately, like treating them as if they're hostages. Like go upstairs, like making them do and say ridiculous shit, like wave their arms in the air and say like all the things that they've done wrong to the Park family. And that is when the Park family announces that they're going to come.
No, so it's just before. So I love the film. Obviously, Bong Joon-ho is like an incredible director. The filmmaking here is so good. Where once they're all upstairs, Moon Guang is holding. Again, she's just filming them as if like she has a gun pointed at them, which is just like funny.
I remember now.
Her and her husband get lost recollecting when they first came to the house.
Yes.
And it's like a little like kind of like this like very like, sparkly flashback.
Yes.
And it just cuts back to the Kim family. It's like silent because it's like you still have the audio from like the flashback that's like perfectly like pin drop birds singing silence. And then like you cut to the Kims like storming Moon Guang and her husband, and it's just like you're like, this is just so good. And then they're fighting over the phone.
It's awesome. And you're just
Jessica gets a peach from the fridge and just like rubs it on Moon Guang's face, and her face turns into a balloon.
It's so
and she's like asphyxiating. Like it's actually like it gets to the point where you're like, this is actually like everybody needs to chill out because like somebody's gonna die.
Everybody absolutely needs to chill out and it's just so beautifully chaotic.
Yeah.
And I think what takes it from the level of being fun to watch to masterful is that it all feeds into this underlying theme of classism and how it just emphasizes how these people are so desperate that they need to claw at each other and make their enemies have allergic reaction. Like in a perfect world they'd be on the same team. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the fact that it's so competitive to try and get just scraps from this upper class, like they are willing to nearly kill each other over it. And I guess also, I mean, there's the altercation progresses. They shove the housekeeper down the stairs, uh,
Yeah.
who
Which is
doesn't die. She's just like
she
critically wounded.
so she rolls down these fucking concrete stairs, hits her head on the concrete wall and
Yeah,
gets
is
a
knocked out.
concussion.
Yeah.
I think she does eventually die. That's what's great.
Yes.
Like she just kind of bleeds out and like, you know.
Which I do think is also interesting because they had the opportunity to save her if they wanted to, and
Yeah.
they did not.
Yeah.
It was
So all
wild shit. Where
this
do you
is
go
like
from
this
here?
is like a 40-minute set piece of just like suspense and like thriller shit where it's like just like all the developments of
Yes.
they just, Moon Guang comes back, they discover her husband's in the basement, they're fighting each other, Parks come home, the Kims are hiding, um and like Kim himself is downstairs like tying up like the like Moon Guang and then her husband.
Yeah.
The husband shows Kim how he communicates to the Parks, how grateful he is by like Morse code through like the
Yeah. They
fucking
have this
lights,
electrical switch in the basement, and he can control the lights, and he does
which
Morse code.
becomes an important visual thing that we could talk about later. But yeah,
I
and you're just like it's like you don't the whole time you're like you don't breathe, you don't swallow, you're just sitting
Yeah.
on the edge of your seat. You're like, what the like I didn't expect any of this.
Which as much as that's what I love about part of what I love about this movie, I think that is the prime reason why people dislike it.
Really?
At least from what I found in the
Okay.
reviews that we'll get to. But I do want to ask you, like, so in my opinion, I think this is like not only is this a good movie, I think it's one of the I think it'll go down as one of the landmark movies of this era.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's one that I think is as highly rated as it is. I still think it's underrated. Like I think decades from now, it will go down as one of the best that cinema has ever produced.
That was my letterbox review. Is like this is
Yeah.
like like a masterpiece, and somehow it seems like nobody talks about it anymore. It's like it had its moment, and now it's just kind of like faded, and like maybe people. I don't know. I don't hear anybody talk about it.
I I I do think it'll be one of those things that gets revisited, and like I don't see why that I mean now maybe you're talking crazy, but like I don't see why this is significantly worse than Citizen Kate. You know what I mean? Like not to like drag Citizen, not to drag 100-year-old movie into this, but like I don't see why. I guess it has to stand the test of time, and it hasn't yet. But I think that it will. I think it has enough staying power and enough impact and cultural weight that. Plus, it's like one of the first. It's a movie from like a South Korean director or who brought something onto it had a global smash hit. Like I think that's
Yeah,
significant as well to have an international hit like that.
yeah.
Um, but I also wonder if do you think some of the thriller aspects of this movie take away from it in the sense of its panache? I think we have this sort of general assessment of thrillers that they're not capable of being high art, which I think you and I would both disagree with. But
Yeah.
um, I'm curious how you think like the Academies. I mean, obviously they gave it Best Picture, but I do think there's a general sense that because of these aspects of the movie, it's not going to be as high regarded as something that's a little bit more refined, so to speak.
Like this, like Parasite goes from like being kind of like a comedy, like the first hour,
Yeah.
to being like just like a thriller where everything gets really serious, but also there is comedy still in it. um, in a way that like I actually can see like an American audience being like, what the fuck is this? Like I want this to be one thing versus
Hmm.
like again, I can't speak to all Korean movies, but like at least Bong Joon-ho's movies like very much are like scene to scene, it's like he might be doing a different tone.
Right. There's
Um,
definitely humor, but also flecks of horror, but mostly
yeah,
thriller.
yeah.
Um, I haven't seen many of his other movies. You ever watch Okja?
No, I'm kind of scared because I don't want to be sad about an animal getting killed or whatever.
Um, it's you won't be sad,
Okay.
but it's funny because like I thought the movie was good, but it's so not in the same stratosphere as Parasite. I do think like, but it has all the same Bong Joon-ho trappings. Like it's kind of like this thriller with a lot of levity in it, with an underlying message. Like it's almost the same structurally, but it just doesn't play the same way, in my opinion. Um, I think Parasite is just kind of this perfect mix of everything went right. Like every decision he made, or that he and his team made. I shouldn't just, you know, box it into one person's creation, but every decision made for this movie, I feel like served the movie better. Like I don't think there's anything they could have done to fix it. There's nothing that needs to be fixed. Like it's just everything that they did was right for this movie. I think that's so rare.
I agree. I've seen a few of his movies. The only other movie I think that compares to Parasite is Memories of Murder, which I think you'd like.
Okay.
That's like maybe his only other movie. At least again, I haven't seen every single one, but that like is like, oh, this is a masterpiece, and
Yeah.
like he was like batting 1,000 on this one. I do feel like he often his movies aren't. It's not necessarily a knock against him, but his movies, at least for me, can be kind of like unsubtle, like Snowpiercer.
Yes.
Um, Even Oakja, I've heard that about. I haven't seen Mickey 17, which I missed last year. I hear that movie's like not subtle. I'm excited to watch it though. And I do feel like Parasite, he's somehow like I don't know, it's just like the texture of the story he's telling manages to be subtle while also being very clearly about what it's about.
Yeah.
Like you're never confused about like what he's trying to say, but also like he doesn't like hit you in the face with what it's about, kind of. You know what I mean?
No, he lets the audience put the pieces together, and I think
Yeah.
that takes such a deft hand to pull off.
Yeah.
Um, and even a lot of the best picture winners that we reviewed, like a lot of directors have either had nothing to say or have had something to say and really wanted us to know about it, you know?
Yeah.
And I think this was such a great balance of having a powerful message, but letting the audience put the pieces together themselves. There's a moment where the Kim family is kind of gallivanting about the Park family house. Like
Yeah.
they're living in this rich home for once. You know, they usually live in a basement house.
Yeah.
Um, and the sister is taking this very luxurious bubble bath. And then Kevin, the son of the family, was like, they're just kind of reflecting on their evening. And they're like, you just seemed like you really fit in this house. Like you belonged in this house.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, maybe I guess so. I don't know, whatever. Immediately upon the night of this huge rainstorm where they have to like sneak out of this house in a hurry and go back home to their own house to find that it is completely flooded and overrun with sewage and disgusting, and they're trying to bail water out of their own home.
Yeah.
And there is a shot that's identical to the one where the sister's in the bathtub, only instead she's sitting on the toilet in their bathroom, and the toilet is just spewing greenish brown sludge, and she's nervously smoking a cigarette on top of it. That's that kind of like subtle storytelling and message conveying that I feel like they mastered in this movie, where it's like the juxtaposition between those two scenes that let me put that together.
It's also it's such a good also like escalation. Like even just thinking about this movie as a thriller, it's such a good escalation of like so you had the 40 minutes of them evading the parks slash like this fucking whole other ass family living under in the basement of the park house, and then it's like they finally the Kims like Jessica, Kevin, and Kim himself finally get out.
Mhm.
Um, and like you said, they're running back home, and you're like, wow, thank God that's over. And it's like,
Yeah.
no, they just go into like another less thrillery set piece, but a set piece that is just like more just like tragic and sad. You're like, oh yeah, their house because they live in the basement and they forgot to close the window. Their fucking house is destroyed.
Yeah.
Um,
I right, like it keeps escalating in the sense like in a way that I feel like I rarely get to see because like obviously in that scene in the park house they're escalating the tension,
yeah,
and then in the scene where they have to go back home it's almost like the bottom drops out.
right.
It's like the stakes get higher because their situation gets worse.
Yeah,
Um, where you're like, now because even in my head, I'm thinking like, get out of there. You're get out of there. Wash your hands of this whole thing and just be done with it. But
yeah,
now their house is in such a shit state where you're like, you got to milk this family for all they're worth because your state right now is abysmal. Like, how are you
you
going to
have no
get back?
fallback.
You have no fallback now.
Yeah,
Like they end up like sleeping in this massive shelter, just
yeah.
like sleeping bag to sleeping bag, like with these like hundreds of other people. And you're like, now shit is really bad. And you have to figure out how to make this right. But now you have literally fucking monsters in the basement. Like,
And then again, the movie like I think it's really hard to keep escalating like this and to just like keep throwing curveballs and like covered in dog shit at your protagonists.
yeah,
But it's like they wake up, they've had the worst night of their life, and fucking fucking Choi, you know, the park matriarch, she's like, "Hey Jessica, we're having a fucking birthday party, you know, because the fucking camping trip didn't go good. We're having a birthday party for Da Song. Like, how about you come over? Like, he'd love to have you here." And then the
yes,
daughter is like, "Oh, can we invite Kevin?" She's like, "Sure, invite Kevin. I'm gonna invite fucking everybody."
yeah,
And all of them are like, "Okay, so now we have to fucking we're like covered in shit water.
yeah,
Now we have to like find all our clothes are gone. We have to like dig through these donation clothes trying to find something to wear."
right.
And we have to go to this fucking stupid little birthday party.
I think what makes this scene brilliant is that I was so desperately searching for some sort of reprieve after the 40 minutes that I had just endured.
Yeah.
So I'm like, my guard is down. I'm like, all right, this is like I've seen movies. I know what happens in movies. Like
Right.
you have that tense moment or that tense scene, and then things take a dip. They take a lull, and then like they ramp back up again.
Yeah.
It's like this is a daytime birthday party. Like let's see what happens with the characters, but like there's not gonna be any like sort of climactic moment in this, probably, right? Shit gets way worse. Shit gets so much worse.
And then Moon Guang's husband, his wife has died in the night. She's dead
Yeah, hit her
from
head so
her.
hard in the basement steps that she is now either bled out from her injuries or broke her neck. It's not that clear, but she didn't make it.
And he spent the night making his head bleed uh by banging Morse code to Park. I'm pretty sure to like I think it's like a way to be like, hey, I'm down here. I need help. We need help. Like to try and help
Yeah,
his wife because he's tied up too. There's no way for him to like do anything.
yeah. Da
Powerless.
Song, the kid, is like he's studying Morse code, so now he's trying to get through to him with Morse code and is banging his head because he's tied up. So he's
Yeah.
banging his head on the fucking light switch, trying to get his attention.
Yeah. How does he get out of the basement? Does Kim go down
Kevin goes down with the rock,
to
which
kill him?
which we didn't even mention. This
Right.
fucking mystic rock.
This mystic rock it's so metaphorical. It's supposed to bring the Kim family, Kevin's friend brings it to them to be like, this is supposed to like bring you wealth, like my uncle or whatever. My grandpa gave this to me to give to you guys.
Kevin just has this sense of like duty that he wants to be the one to drag his family out of the depths
Yeah.
and go to college and make a name for himself and get a successful job and send enough money home that they can get out of squalor. So he has kind of like this quest in mind where he's like, I want to be able to do this for my family and do this for my dad, who's like, who wasn't able to do it, you
Yeah.
know? Um,
And so he basically has the plan of like, if my dad's not able to do anything, I have to kill. I think he's like, I have to kill both of them, assuming that Moon Guang is still alive. But he's like, I have to go in that basement and kill this family so that we can like our shit can keep going and we can eventually, have
yeah,
some prosperity.
yeah. So I guess when we said that they're good people, I guess take that with a grain of salt, but they're under tremendously dire circumstances.
Yeah.
Um, I think it's more fair to say that they were good people who have been warped by by
Poverty.
what's happened to them. Yeah, warped by
Right.
poverty.
So Kevin goes down to the basement with the rock, fucking drops the rock down the stairs. You never
What
want
a
to do that.
motherfucker, dude.
Even when it happened the second time I was watching, I was like,
I was
oh.
like, Kev. I was like, that was actually a moment of where I was like, come on, like really, this is gonna happen now. So drops the rock, obviously alerting the what is his name? The mysterious basement dwelling husband.
I think it's Yoon Se,
Yunsei.
Gyeon Se. I don't think I'm
They obviously
mispronouncing
alerting him to his presence. They get into an altercation. Kevin botches this horrendously. Um, Hyunsei is able to escape, undo his being tied up. I think he was like maybe like grinding against
it.
the
Yeah, yeah.
pipe or something like that. Um, Immediately, just the sight of him walking upstairs, like he's just like home. You know what I mean?
Yeah, then he goes upstairs, normal chill, sees a bunch of knives. It's like, I should use one of those to. What is his plan? He's like, I'm just gonna kill the Kims.
Yeah, he's just enraged and
Right.
delusional and delirious. So he's going to honestly, I guess it's sort of unclear what his original intent is,
Because
but
he starts just like anybody who comes close, he starts just like slicing.
he runs straight for Jessica, I'm pretty sure. But he is like this, like everybody at the party is all dressed up and
Yeah.
there's a cellist and like it's this very wealthy, extravagant, like little birthday party.
Yeah.
And he is in
For a
this like
child.
disheveled attire. He's bloodied, bruised, obviously delirious from lack of sleep. His wife is dead. He
Yeah.
hasn't eaten. He's starving, and looks like an absolute lunatic. And
Yeah,
just
blood
there's
all over
no
his face.
music.
Yeah.
It's just so casual, like big grin on his face, like grabs a knife and just like darts out into this bright, sunny, beautiful birthday party and just immediately stabs Jessica. She bleeds out. There's like this whole something happens to the kid, right? Da Song.
I don't think so. I think he's fine. Oh no.
He has like a panic attack or something.
Yeah. So it's set up too that he saw
Oh yeah, yeah.
like maybe the most striking image in the movie is like
Yeah.
Gyeongse when Da Song was like a few years ago, he was going to get like birthday cake out of the fridge in the middle of the night, and fucking Gyeongse like was rising out of like the dark basement, and like you see like his just like the whites of his eyes, and like from there on, Da Song has been like prone to anxiety attacks
It's
because
so brilliant too because it's before that reveal that you learn like Da Song kind of has like he's afraid of this monster in the basement. He had this incident when he was in first grade where like
yeah,
he sees ghosts or whatever. It turns out it's this fucking actual person living in his basement.
yeah.
So the kid sees him and has a panic attack.
Yeah.
And now in this stir, the the park father is saying to to Keytech, the Kim dad,
Yeah.
hey, we got to drive my son to the hospital. You're the driver. We have to go. Like, come on,
And
hurry.
Jessica's been stabbed,
Like, obviously, the park dad does not know that they're related,
which is so good. Like just
which
like
is so
the
good.
like irony and like the fucking like just you're just like, yeah.
Because obviously,
All the elements have been put together. Like you're almost like for a second I was like, is Kim gonna like just abandon his daughter just out of like, well, I have to keep up appearances, which is like so fucked up. He's like, I have to keep this job.
I can't assist or be with my dying daughter who's just
Yeah,
been stabbed. It really is this culmination of the movie has put out all the, it's almost like the movie kind of gave you the study guide
100. Yeah,
like ahead of time without you even knowing it, like in a very interesting way. Like I don't want to say that to say that it was boring or something, but it's all this setup. And in that moment, like things happen so fast, but you understand the dynamics
hmm,
immediately. Like there was
yeah,
no confusion whatsoever. It was so straightforward. It's like this conflict with this person, and then this is a conflict because the dad is with the daughter's dying, but he doesn't know that the daughter is this
yeah,
related to this person. It's awesome.
yeah.
um and then Kim Ki-taek in a fit of just rage and delirium just stabs
Park.
Park. Yeah. So after that moment is when things start to de-escalate. And
Finally,
now,
after 2 hours.
yes, and now you're just left to sit in the aftermath, and you're still fixated because you're like, what becomes of everybody now?
Yeah.
Um, so Kim Ki-taek has to escape after stabbing the Park family patriarch.
Disappears. We don't know where he goes
Disappears.
for a minute.
Obviously, right. There's obviously this huge manhunt for him. We don't really get a full postscript on the Park family, except that they obviously move and leave that house because it
Yeah.
was, I have to imagine, traumatic to live there.
No, come on.
Nice.
But it's nice. It's made of concrete and stone.
It is really nice. Listen, it's nice enough that they were still able to sell it to another family. So another family moves in.
A German family.
Oh, that's right. So they don't really know what happened there. To them, they're just like, yeah, nice house. I guess.
Da.
Yeah, da.
Kevin and his mother. I mean, as soon as you ask them one question, like I assume the police asked them one question and they were like,
Right. Kevin's in the hospital.
Right. I assume they asked them one question. It was like their whole grift just falls apart. It's like, oh, so you were lying and you're related.
Yeah.
Like everything just the parks couldn't connect this because whatever, they weren't thinking about it. But it's like as soon as you pull out one Jenga piece, the whole tower falls, and it's like, oh, so obviously we're arresting you for, I don't know, like blackmail, like impersonating, whatever. And they go back to their like basement apartment that,
I guess is fixed
yeah,
ish.
Kevin.
And they don't know where Kevin does not know where his father is.
Yeah.
He just disappears.
This movie's already 5 stars.
Yeah.
This is the final like 5 minutes of this movie take this into like 10 out of 5 star territory where you're like,
honestly, yes.
You're like, this is like perfect. It's almost like an essay. It's tied up with like a bow, but not in a way that's like clean, but it's just like everything that the movie has been saying culminates in like this final like just like
Yes.
terrible sad ending.
And what I do want to point out is like this is where most movies will take the opportunity to spell out the message for you.
Yeah.
And it doesn't do that. Instead, what it does is we get a voiceover from Kevin, who just is talking about how he feels like he let his family down. And he's talking about his vision that he has for the future. It's kind of this pie in the sky vision of it's a message that he's giving to his dad wherever he may be.
Before that, though, we get that Kevin he starts going to like this hill that overlooks the park house just to like look at it.
Right. And reflect, I guess.
Yeah, which is when he sees he deciphers
The
a
flickering
message being
lights.
conveyed to him in Morse code by his dad, who just went back into the basement of the park
Insane.
house.
Because nobody knows it's there.
Yeah. Yeah. In all of this, none of that was revealed, which is
No.
like,
So yeah,
back to what you were saying. Kevin, he realized that his dad is in the basement of the park house and has to stay there because there's a manhunt because he committed a murder. So like, he's not like he could come out.
no, he can't, he can't. I mean, I guess he could, but like it's just so much more poetic for him to be living in this basement.
Yeah.
But now Kevin is talking about how he's going to go to school, get a successful job, one day earn enough money to buy the house. And like that's his vision. And on the day he buys the house, it's going to be him and his mom just sitting in the backyard. And then his dad is going to come out from the basement and
This
just
the
give him
second
a
to
hug.
last shot is Kim finally coming up out of the basement
Oh
years
my
later.
God.
One shot, you follow him out. Kevin and his mom are standing on the lawn. Fucking Kim comes out and like him and Kevin hug, and you're just like, it's so sad.
It's so sad because one, it's not real, right?
No, it's a fan because then that's the second to last shot. The last shot of the movie is we get that like we've seen it so many times throughout the movie. It's nighttime. The shot from the Kim basement window, the Kim house basement window, slowly just like move down on Kevin's face,
Yeah.
just kind of like resolute in what he thinks is going to happen, but obviously never will. Maybe he'll never see his dad again. And you're just like 20 out of 5 stars, best movie ever made. And it's so
Even
sad.
just talking about it, I have chills. It's
Yeah, same.
crazy. Um,
It's devastating.
how are you not watching this right now? How are you
How are
not?
you not second screening Parasite at all times?
I mean, this is, I don't know how long this episode is. It's probably gonna be like at least probably an hour. Like
At
you could
least,
watch,
yeah.
you could watch a big chunk of Parasite.
And what's so perfect about this movie, well, obviously there's a million things that's perfect about this movie. It's just like it's such a perfect movie that is still relevant. It seems more relevant like as the years go on and the planet gets worse of like I think people have the idea and who I don't know what rich people or powerful people, I don't know what Jeff Bezos is fucking thinking. And I think it's easy to assign to these guys that they are doing things intentionally. Um, and like there's motive to like their chaos that they're sowing amongst the planet.
Mhm.
I actually think what's really happening is what occurs in this movie, which is the Parks don't really give a shit that two poor families are fighting for scraps in their
Yeah,
house. They don't give a shit. It's not. They're not even thinking about it.
it's not even on their radar.
Meanwhile, like people are dying just to fucking have a job.
Right.
And I think that's what I think that's the most like precise like social commentary that this movie has to say. Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
I think it's the delusion that even though, yes, you are aware that there is inequality and people are being subject to poverty
yeah,
as a direct result of your wealth,
yeah,
but you don't think it's happening because of you. You think it
yeah,
exists, but you don't necessarily. You can delude yourself into thinking that it's not happening in your own home.
yeah, exactly. Hell of a movie.
Hell of a movie. Um,
Should have won Best Picture though.
we'll find out. Yeah, dude. I mean, I feel like that's comes across. Yeah, I think that not only do I think this is best picture worthy, I think this changed the Oscars for the better.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Explain why.
Um, because I think it broke ground for this kind of movie to win best picture. I mean, look what we've had since then. Everything Everywhere All at Once. Um, One Battle or Sinners will probably win best picture.
Mhm.
Two movies that are considered thrillers to some extent. I love to see different genres getting credibility, on a stage like this. I'm tired of seeing fucking musicals and shit. I know we have to have variety, but Um, there is a general notion of what is Oscar worthy. We've used it as a baseline throughout this whole show that we've done. Um, but Parasite is uniquely Oscar worthy because it just kicks fucking ass. And I think that's such a great turn for the Academy. I mean, I think if anything, we've determined that what the Academy says is not law by any means, but I do think it was a good turn.
Absolutely. It was the first South Korean movie to receive any Academy Award recognition. It was the first movie in 60 years to and one of only four films total to win the Palme d'Or and Best Picture.
Mm-hmm.
It also won Best International Feature Film, which is just like
What a
get a
banger.
guy who can get you both. You know what I mean?
That's because how crazy would it be for it not to win Best International Feature? Like, imagine they decided to just give it to somebody else because this one's going to win Best Picture. Like, how
Yeah.
hollow is winning that award in that case?
Yeah. And I'm seeing here the other Best International Feature Film nominees were Poop on a Stick, Diarrhea in a Bowl, and Hiss in a Cup. Well, that's unfortunate.
Listen,
Um,
we've had Piss in a Cup win Best Picture here for sure.
which is all to say that this movie, absolutely, like you said, is just a dynamite all timer. That
Yeah.
guys, we need to talk about this movie every day.
Yeah. Agreed. But who decided to dip their toe into the ring? Who decided to take a shot at the champ?
Well, first up,
Yeah.
this is a good. There are like to me other masterpieces this year that I love. Might even love more than Parasite, which is crazy because Parasite obviously is the best. But
That
it's
is
just more.
kind of crazy. What the fuck?
It's more just personal taste. So
That's
first up,
so after all that we've discussed, that feels insane to me. You're like, we've sung this movie's praises, and all of a sudden you're like, yeah, I don't know, it might be the third best nominee in this lot.
that's just goes to show you that this is a good fucking year.
All right, hit me with it.
First up, we have, of course, your favorite movie.
Yeah.
It is James Mangold, of Complete
Who?
Unknown fame,
Oh, okay.
Logan, the Wolverine movie.
Oh.
It is Ford v Ferrari.
Oh, okay. Yeah, all right. I haven't seen it.
I hear it's good. I've never seen it either.
It's a very my dad likes it.
It's the least surprising thing you've ever said.
Yeah. My dad also
Um,
liked Parasite for what it's worth. Or
right.
at least he stayed awake.
All right. Ford versus Ferrari. It's about American car designer Carroll Shelby and the British-born driver Ken Miles, who work together to battle corporate interference, the laws of physics, and their own personal demons to build a revolutionary race car for Ford Motor Company and take on the dominating race cars of Enzo Ferrari at the 24 Hours of Le Mans in France in 1966. Next up, we have some fool named Martin Scorsese made some
Idiot.
stupid masterpiece called The
Oh.
Irishman.
Oh, this is not what I thought you were gonna say. Oh, never mind. Um,
One
yeah,
of my
tell me about it.
favorite one of my favorite Scorsese movies. A movie I think is kind of underrated and I think is a perfect masterpiece as well.
Um, Not to throw him completely under the bus, but previous guests of the show, I watched this with John on a plane once. I didn't I actually sorry, I didn't watch it. John watched it. I watched John watch it on a plane, and he would look over me periodically and be like, "This shit, it's just long."
Pennsylvania 1956. Ever heard of it?
Frankly, no.
Frank Sheeran, De Niro,
Ed's grandfather.
a war veteran of Irish origin who works as a truck driver, accidentally meets mobster Russell Buffalino. Once Frank becomes his trusted man, Buffalino sends him to Chicago with the task of helping Jimmy Hoffa, a powerful union leader relegated to organized crime, with whom Frank will maintain a close relationship for nearly 20 years. Absolute, just like career capper. If this was Scorsese's final film and he decided to retire, you'd be like, yeah, that was the perfect movie to end his career on. I'm still glad he's making movies because I love the man. But
Mm,
yeah, just like a perfect summation of just like everything that so many of his movies like thematically deal with. Yeah.
fair enough.
Next up, we have Jojo Rabbit,
Wow.
directed by
Also
Taika
watched this with
Waititi.
my parents.
I've never seen this.
Really? Interesting.
Do you
This is a
like
great
it?
movie.
Okay, do you
Yeah.
like it?
I've
Okay.
um why does it get kind of mixed reviews?
Yeah, I think it has a mixed there. I think it's kind of a love-hate sort of movie.
I It didn't necessarily have the staying power of Parasite, but I remember in the moment enjoying it.
Right. Okay.
Or at least like I guess I shouldn't say enjoy like it's certainly tragic. But it was a very good movie.
Okay. Well, it's about Jojo, a lonely German boy during World War II who has his world shaken when he learns that his single mother is hiding a Jewish girl in their home. Influenced by a buffoonish, imaginary version of Adolf Hitler, he begins to question his beliefs and confront the conflict between propaganda and his own humanity.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, Taika Waititi plays Adolf Hitler. Maybe I'll see it one day. I don't know. I gotta watch Irishman 5 more times.
Yeah, you gotta watch Irishman at least 5 more times.
Next up, we have Todd Phillips, the Hangover trilogy's master,
What?
and his film, the Joaquin Phoenix starring and Academy Award winning performance that he gave as the Joker.
Really?
Movie I-
Same guy who did the Hangover movies?
yeah.
Didn't realize that.
Have you seen this?
No, I haven't. I've actually been meaning to watch this. You're grumbling, you're grimacing, you're scowling.
I just think this movie is poison and we should avoid it. Like we should
Okay.
lock it. We should put it under the sea.
But is but also we can't I don't movies don't make people do shit.
That's fair. That's fair.
Um I do understand the bit of reputation that this movie has obtained for being a favorite of some of the worst people imaginable.
Yeah.
But I do want to see it and form my own opinion about it because I bet you it's probably still good. Maybe.
Maybe we'll do an
You've
episode. We'll do
seen
a
it.
bonus episode on Joker. How about?
Okay, if you're going to be grimacing this whole time, then maybe not.
During the 1980s, a failed stand-up comedian is driven insane and turns to a life of crime and chaos in Gotham City while becoming an infamous psychopathic crime figure. Don't mind if I don't.
Well, did you like it? What did you think about it?
I've never seen it.
Oh, what the fuck?
My opinions are entirely formed from other people's opinions.
That's crazy. Dude. That's insane. You said this film needs to be buried under the sea. You've never even seen it.
Next up is one of my favorite, one of my favorite movies ever. Greta Gerwig's follow-up to Lady Bird, Little Women.
Oh, okay. Yeah. This is a Mike O'Brien original.
Yeah, it's about four sisters who come of age in America in the aftermath of the Civil War. I've seen it 3 times, I think, because me and Danielle watch it. Well, we didn't watch it this past Christmas just because we couldn't find the time, but usually we watch it like every like Christmas season.
Does it have a holiday vibe?
It for sure.
Okay.
And it's just like I cry most of the movie. Like basically every moment in the movie makes me at least like tear up just because like it's nice or like sad or moving or whatever. And it's just the fucking best.
It's been on my list for a while. Actually, do I watch this first or do I watch Lady Bird first?
Watch Lady Bird first.
Okay. Good to know.
Next up we have the hubby and the wife are going toe to toe because Greta Gerwig's husband Noah Baumbach also had a movie come out. It is the Scarlett Johansson and Adam Driver starring Marriage Story.
Oh, interesting.
Have you seen Marriage Story?
No, but it's funny when you said the hubby and the wife are going toe to toe. I thought, oh, is this Marriage Story? And then you're like, oh, no, Noah Baumbach. It's just a Noah Baumbach movie. And then you're like, a Marriage Story. I was like, oh, okay.
It's about a stage director and an actress who struggle through a grueling coast-to-coast divorce that pushes them to their personal extremes.
I think everyone kind of gets the gist.
Next up, we have the Sam Mendes directed 1917.
Oh, Oh, never mind. I thought I'd seen
What
this.
the
I
fuck was
haven't seen
that?
this. I
Okay.
haven't seen. Well, in my head, I thought Dunkirk, and then I think Dunkirk is just like the better version of this. Even though I haven't seen this, but I do have an opinion on it.
This is like the one shot movie where it's like I think it looks like it's all done in one take, right?
That's cool. I'm kind of a sucker for that.
Yeah, I'm always kind of a sucker for that too. Even if it
Yeah.
like it's faked, obviously, because it's they stitch it together through editing. But it's about at the height of the First World War, two young British soldiers must cross enemy territory and deliver a message that will stop a deadly attack on hundreds of soldiers. I don't know. Maybe I'll see it. Maybe I won't. Who knows?
Next.
Next up is written and directed by my boy Quentin.
Okay.
It is Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Oh, wow. This is okay. Not my favorite. I think it was good.
Set in 1969, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood follows TV star Rick Dalton, a struggling actor specializing in westerns, and his stuntman Cliff Booth, slash best friend, who try to survive in a constantly changing movie industry. Dalton is the neighbor of the young and promising actress and model Sharon Tate, who has just married the prestigious Polish director who will never do anything wrong in history, Roman Polanski. Um, yeah, I love this. I just think it's the best. I don't even know what to say. Just go see it. It's fun. It's great.
All right, yeah, go see it. I'm not gonna yuck your yum.
Those are the nominees. Good year.
Pretty stacked, yeah.
Do
Perhaps
you
recency bias or
of what? Of just 2019 in general, the year?
well, like I don't know. I mean, maybe it's probably my sentiments, but I tend to think that modern movies are better than movies from the 50s,
I know that's what you
40s.
think, yeah.
And it's my opinion. So,
Is your opinion that you think Parasite's best picture worthy?
yes.
Yeah. It's kind of
Yes.
undeniable.
Yeah. Some might disagree.
This is going to be tough to hear.
So for this segment, I've only gathered bad reviews, and I'm just going to quick fire them because they're short and they're a little
Not
silly.
sweet.
They're not sweet. No. So can you give me like seven names? Just give me seven names. You can be just first name.
Fred, Alice,
Yeah.
Mickey, Darren,
Yeah.
Brad. How many is that?
That's plenty. Fred says half a star for Parasite.
That sucks.
Ass. Haven't watched it, but ass. And I'm never gonna watch it. I'd rather watch Madam Web and Spider-Man Lotus. This one's from Nikki. Disney movie, 1 star. Oh no, we fell off the stairs and I accidentally revealed we're a family. Oh no, we have to hide under the table. Let's keep quiet. Come on, bruv. Waste of time. I guess I should have revealed that person was British. Um, Lucy says 1 star. One of the worst movies I've ever watched. I have nothing more to say. It was just absolute garbage. Josh says 1 star. Most overrated film of all time. If this is in your top 5, you're a poser. And you think boring shit and agreeing with others is cool.
I hate when you like something and somebody's like, oh, you just like agreeing with everybody else. It's like, no, I can have my own opinion and think it's good, and everybody else can also think it's good.
Right. 100%.
Like, what are you talking about?
Darren says 1 star. Damn, this was such a snooze. Okay. But love that it opened the eyes for so many people about the Korean entertainment scene. How is this a snooze, Darren?
I think
That's
your review
crazy.
is a snooze.
Absolutely. Kind of opposite, but still same vibe review. Dennis says 1 star. No movie has ever kept me so nervous. It's not a bad film. It's just not my type. I didn't like the feeling I had throughout the entire film. It's the same feeling I have after watching Final Destination. During the murder scene in the garden, I was trembling. I'm never going to see this again in my life. And I think that's one, fair.
Yeah.
And two, I think a potential roadblock for this movie gaining even wider acceptance among audiences
Right.
and critics alike.
Is that it's too like nasty, or like it leaves you with a feeling where you're like hated feeling like that?
I think at the end of the day, people don't want to feel trembly or nervous or anxious. It's
Right.
the reason why Uncut Gems
Yeah.
is frowned upon in a lot of circles, or horror as a genre in general. But it's one of those things where like life can feel that way. So then I'm going to a movie to escape that, and all of a sudden I feel that way again. I understand that. I'm also I think it's striking a balance. I think Parasite struck a perfect balance of there has to be some tension in order for there to in order for me to feel like I want to see how it resolves.
Yeah.
And then sometimes a movie will just thrust you into a tense moment and just keep you there. That's what people have to say.
Well, they're wrong, but
Surely.
I guess everybody's entitled to an opinion. Thanks for the reviews. Next week,
Hit me with it. Go ahead.
continuing our absolute diamond cut run of barn burning 20 out of 5 masterpieces,
Okay.
we're finally coming to one of my top guys
Oh.
and discussing the 1998 Best Picture winner, James Cameron's era-defining epic.
Okay.
It is Near, Far, wherever you fart, there will be an Oscar Wieners episode on Titanic.
Titanic. Nice.
Yeah.
Landed the plane. Docked the boat.
Thank you. Yeah, we're talking about the absolute 3 hour and 15-minute perfect epic
Christ.
best movie ever made, Titanic.
Is that long?
Yeah, it rules.
Okay.
Got my Blu-ray already queued up.
Okay. All right. Look at you with your Blu-ray. Exciting.
Yeah, I can't wait. But until next time, if you ever find yourself in the basement of a rich person's house and they don't know you're there,
Tough.
and your wife is like, I need to gather food for you. What do you want? She's giving you options. Because options are so hard to come by in this bankrupt world.
Rare.
And you're like, what's going to satiate me for as long as possible? On that grocery list, it's just hot dogs. Just ask for hot dogs.
Just
Raw.
dogs.
You don't need to
Ew.
boil them.
Don't.
Snap them off.
Delicious.
Also, mustard relish, put that on there. And it'll be great,
Gotcha.
and you'll have fun. See you next week.
Beautiful.
These boys only want the best stuff. They want the cream of the crop. They don't want none of that Michael Bay shit. They want the shit that bops. Oscar bait, black and white. Maybe something French. If it's got more than one explosion, honey, put that shit on the bench. Oscar Wieners. Oscar Wieners. Oscar Wieners. These boys are the Oscar Wieners.